You think you can come back? Don't be ridiculous. Megan's voice cut through the kitchen like a knife. You think you can come back? Don't be ridiculous. She crossed her arms, frowning deeply, her gaze locked on me. I held my coffee cup, shoulders tense, standing by the doorway. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, but the warmth was gone, only cold tension remained. The dishes on the countertop clinked as she turned, as if accompanying the fracture between us. I just want to talk. Can we try to work things out? I tried to keep my voice steady, lowering it as much as possible. Work things out, she scoffed. You cheated for 9 months, ruined our lives, and you're talking about working things out? Don't waste my time. Her laugh was sharp, her fingers drumming on the edge of the cabinet, the sound cutting and precise. Megan, I know I was wrong. I'll do anything to make it right, I said quietly, my palms slightly sweaty. She shot me a glare. Anything? Explain this. What kind of impression does it give our child to see you like this? I clenched my teeth. At least give me a chance. One meeting, one counseling session, whatever the outcome, we at least have to try. She turned sharply, slipping on her coat. A chance? You destroyed that chance yourself. Leave. I stood in the empty kitchen, watching her leave. 9 months of trust, home, laughter all gone, like ashes scattered by the wind. The child's small voice broke the silence. Daddy, is Mommy mad? I knelt down, patting her head gently. It's okay. Daddy's here. My voice trembled despite the words. That night, I packed my things alone, folding my clothes into boxes. After the child was asleep, I stood by the bedroom doorway, eyes falling on a photograph she had left behind, a family photo at the beach. She was smiling brightly, I was holding our child, and she had her arm around my shoulder. Beautiful, yet like another world. My mistakes had turned it all into nothing. The first night in the new apartment was cold. The walls were bare, the furniture sparse. Silence flowed like mercury, pressing down so heavily I could hardly breathe. The phone didn't ring, no friends visited. The emptiness of the house reminded me that loneliness was not temporary punishment, it had become my new reality. I started organizing the apartment, sorting boxes, putting every fragment of my life in order. At night, I sat at my desk, opening my notebook to plan for the future, the pen scratching softly across the paper. Life now consisted only of myself and my responsibilities. Work became my only refuge. The team was indifferent. Managers questioned my proposals in meetings. Colleagues whispered behind my back. During lunch, I sat in a corner, hearing their laughter, feeling isolated. But I no longer ran away. Every night, I worked until 10, reviewing reports with precision, checking every piece of data. On weekends, I went to the library, researched, practiced presentations, and rehearsed negotiation strategies. Slowly, my professional abilities were recognized. A month later, a major project I led passed unanimously in a meeting. The atmosphere in the office subtly shifted. Colleagues nodded, smiled, and even praised me privately. I began imposing discipline in daily life, morning runs, cooking dinners, budgeting, learning new skills. Each detail brought a long-lost sense of control. My child became another source of motivation. Every evening after dinner, I helped with homework, tutoring in math, reading stories together. On weekends, we ran in the park, skated, crafted. When she held my hand, I felt her trust in my ability to keep her safe. Every moment of companionship reminded me of the weight of responsibility. In solitude, I faced humiliation head-on, friends drifting away, family cold, my ex-wife's rejection, all past dismissals. Each setback became a stepping stone to growth. Gradually, a small spark grew in my mind. What kind of future could I build if I regained control over my life, work, and family? One day, while my child did homework, she looked up and asked, "Daddy, will you always be with me?" I took a deep breath and smiled. "As long as I live, I'll always be with you." At that moment, I understood, growth wasn't just for me. It was for her. 3 months later, the company assigned me to a cross-departmental project, responsible for data analysis and strategy planning. Megan was also on the team. The first time I faced her, I felt no panic, no desire for confrontation, only calm professionalism. In the meeting room, Megan sat across from me, expression neutral. I nodded slightly. This is the analysis and plan I've prepared for the project. She responded coldly, I'm just here to check progress, not to watch your performance. I smiled, voice steady. I've spent 3 weeks on every piece of data and strategy. Any oversight will affect the results. For the next 2 hours, I presented charts, case studies, and data, demonstrating the feasibility and rationality of the plan. Every question she raised was answered calmly and firmly. Gradually, other colleagues' eyes turned approving. Megan's face shifted from disdain to stiff to a slight frown. At the end of the meeting, I packed my files. I hope everyone understands that results depend on professionalism and effort, not emotions. Megan murmured, You really did well. I nodded, calm and steady. Thank you. I hope you also see that underestimating others only makes you lose control. Outside of work, I continued to grow. Morning runs, cooking dinner, reading, drawing, crafting with my child, weekend outdoor activities. Slowly, she opened up to me, her laughter filling the rooms, giving me warmth I hadn't felt in years. Once, when she had a fever, I stayed up all night, wiping her sweat and giving her medicine. Exhausted, I watched her drift off to sleep and felt a firm resolve rise in me. Growth isn't a choice, it is responsibility and persistence. Occasionally, my ex-wife relayed warnings through our child. Don't forget the mistakes you made. I nodded silently, no longer arguing, proving myself through action, punctual pickups, participating in school activities, caring for every meal and lesson. In the workplace, I continually faced challenges, sudden project changes, difficult colleagues, unexpected data anomalies. Each time, I calmly analyzed and responded. Gradually, I became a core team member. Managers trusted me. Subordinates sought my advice. I understood that past mistakes and humiliation were catalysts for growth. My child's own growth witnessed my transformation. The first time she completed homework independently, I clapped. Great job! She threw herself into my arms, whispering, Daddy, you're the best. In that moment, I knew every effort had been worth it. When my ex-wife appeared again, I remained composed. You seem very different now, she said tentatively. I replied mildly. Thank you. I've just learned to take responsibility. No entanglement, no complaints, only maturity and calm. She nodded slightly, a flicker of complexity in her eyes, but the rift remained. I no longer let emotions control me. At night, I sat on the balcony, gazing at city lights, reflecting on the past 9 months. Past humiliation and solitude were no longer burdens but nutrients for growth. The fantasy of revenge had vanished, replaced by self-control and dignity. The child played in the room, laughter ringing clear. I took a deep breath, calm and firm. Growth was far more powerful than revenge. Every moment of companionship, every effort, every professional presentation, was proof of growth. One day at the park, I saw a young father, anxious as he watched his child. I smiled. Everything will slowly get better. Patience and action matter more than complaints. He nodded. I watched my child run across the grass and realized, growth is not only self-redemption but also setting an example for the next generation.